y'all doing? This is Mongo Slade, and today we're going to talk about Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens from December the 11th, 2020. Not the match itself, but basically their promos and the fight segments that came up between the two, and it was very, very enjoyable. So we got a video package of what took place the previous week of Roman beating Jey Uso and Kevin Owens with a chair. And Roman and Jey Uso both are watching this video package. And Jey is still kind of looking sort of awkward. And he's kind of got this, he kind of got the droopy eyes and the slumped body language. And they very awkwardly ask each other if they're all right. And Roman's like, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. What about you? How your family? Like how the kids? And Jay's like, yeah, we good. I'm just like, ugh. So as they are doing this, Kevin Owens marching his way to the ring. And Kevin Owens marches to the ring and he's pulling out all the gimmicks, TLC, tables, ladders, chairs. And, he gets on the mic and he says that he's not scared of Roman Reigns and that, he can relate to the concept of fighting for your family. But he says in Roman's situation, his family is fighting for him. He doesn't really respect that. So then we get a quick cut to Roman who tells Jey, like, look, you know where he is. You need to go handle this. Because, Kevin Owens is getting on my nerves. So Kevin Owens begins to cut this promo. He cuts a promo where he basically talks about how his family, he supports his family. And his family supports him. But they're not involved with wrestling. So, he's still not coming to TLC alone. He's going to bring his friends. And he says his friends are chairs, tables, ladders. And he talks about what the chair is going to do for him and what the table is going to do for him, what the ladder is going to do for him. People really were creaming themselves over this promo. It wasn't bad. I can only imagine how terrible Jon Moxley would have complained about it if he was the one that had to cut this promo. They made me cut a promo talk about a chair was my best friend. Anyway, Kevin Owens really did a good job. He at the end he says that he's going to climb the ladder of success, or climb the ladder to make sure that Roman is no longer the head of the table. And Jey attacked Kevin Owens. I think he hit him with a chair, or then they start to fight. And of course, because Jey is the villain, he gets beat up, gets put through the table, and now he's calling out Roman. Now Kevin Owens is calling out Roman, telling Roman to come and get some. So Roman comes out there, and he's like, okay, Kevin Owens wants it bad enough, I'm gonna give it to him. He's gonna tries to hand the title to Paul Heyman, and Paul, has the belt in his hands, and he says, "You're the tribal chief. If you go down there now, you're going down there, you're fighting on his terms. You're letting him dictate the terms. You dictate the terms. You're the tribal chief. You're the head of the table. You don't have to do what this guy wants. You could do this on your own time." And Paul has persuaded Roman not to fight. So Roman's like, okay, you're right. We do this on my time. They turn around, they go away. So Kevin Owens limps up the ramp because he's going to find him some Roman Reigns. He wants a piece of him some Roman Reigns. So we go to commercial, and Kevin Owens has got this chair. He's calling for Roman, and Kayla Braxton, that shows up and asks Kevin Owens, hey, what's up with this thing with you guys and Roman and Jey Uso? And Kevin Owens says, look, I didn't want to do that to Jey. It didn't make him feel good to do that to Jey Uso. But that's on Roman. Roman made Jey come out there, so he put Jey Uso in the way. So he's like, my family doesn't have anything to do with this. Kevin Owens spoke, not Kevin Owens, but Roman Reigns spoke on my family. I'm going to have a conversation with this man, quote unquote conversation, about him mentioning my family. That we're gonna get into it, And then Roman attacks him from behind. Right. Classic heel stuff. He attacked him from behind, threw him against the walls and all that type of stuff. And then Roman cuts, one of his soft voice promos. Like and it kind of began with him leaning over Kevin Owens, and he says, "Who do you think supports your family?" And I had to turn my TV all the way up to hear it. He says, "Who do you think supports your family?" And then he kind of, the fake crowd noise is kind of drowning out what Roman is saying. And then he says, "I've never been formally introduced to your family." And then he looks at the camera and he says, "Hey, hello, I'm Roman Reigns." And he says, "I'm your tribal chief." I'm his tribal chief. I'm the man that puts the food on the table. I was like, wow. And he says, "Wife, talk some sense into your husband. Kids, talk some sense into daddy. Because I put the food on the table. And if he keeps this up, I'm going to be the one to take the food off the table." And I was like, okay. So we're expanding the storyline, right? So Roman's character is the same. Kevin Owens, we're trying to be bringing out a little bit of that prize fighter. His family got mentioned, and now, his engine is revved up. He's ready to fight, even though they haven't been on screen or anything like that yet. Just Roman mentioning his family and is, enough to get him upset. But now what we got with Roman is he's extending the tribe. The tribe is no longer just the Anoa'i. The tribe is the WWE, period. Now it's everybody. Now we're saying not only is he the breadwinner for the Anoa'i family, he's the breadwinner for the WWE, which is, of course, correct. He's the top star. So he's saying, essentially, nobody really should be challenging him. Not just nobody with his same skin color should be, or same last name should be challenging him, but nobody in the company, because everybody needs Roman Reigns to be the champion. Not just the Anoa'is need Roman Reigns to be the champion. No. The WWE needs Roman Reigns to be the champion. They need Roman Reigns to be the top guy, to put food on the table, to draw the ratings, to do everything. Roman Reigns needs to be there. I love that because it takes it from something that could be perceived as racial and makes it universal. Because of the truth of it, ratings went back up when Roman came back, and they have gone up steadily since. So it's not something you can deny. And I really like that he kind of very subtly sunned Kevin Owens. Well, basically, like, Kevin Owens lives off me too, not just Jay. But we're also asking the question that, is Roman Reigns saying that the WWE is his family? It's entirely possible. Now, we know from looking at the history that, the Anoa'is are very, very close to the McMahons and all that type of thing. Even going so far as to their promo, what was that promo he cut with Vince in, 2015? Where Vince basically cut one of the most racist promos ever on the Anoa'is. So we know that the family is pretty close, and there are several members of the family that are on payroll. So we're talking about, I don't mean just wrestling. I mean, he's funding the training schools and stuff like that too. So we're talking about some serious stuff here about the Anoa'is being entrenched into the WWE, where it's almost as if, you could say the WWE is his family. That's an interesting angle. I wonder if they're going to play that card, that the WWE in general is his family, and he is, the all father, in a Odin sort of sense. Not just the man of his household, not just the man of his clan, but the man, period, the all father. And I actually like that idea. I do hope they play it up, and maybe even, get some other people involved, to try to tell that story, instead of just trying to make it like, oh, it should be The Rock. It's like, yeah, but, now that we're making this character more universal, we can go beyond it, that it needs to be The Rock. We can go beyond that, because I doubt you can find somebody that's nowhere near the Anoa'i family tree more like Kevin Owens. who's like from Quebec. You know, like I don't think that there's anybody brown anywhere from where he's from, let alone a Samoan. You know, so we're taking this story and we're making it universal. We're saying that Roman Reigns is the all father of WWE. He's taking care of everybody. They need him to be the champion. And Roman always says, focus on the championship, don't mess with my family. So you have to ask what, like, but he's a heel. So he's always constantly making things up, shifting stuff. And, you know, it's very interesting. And that's another interesting wrinkle to the Roman Reigns character. Like it's constantly growing and expanding, but they're doing it in bits and pieces, and they're doing it in small increments. And in doing so in small increments, it still has so much more it could go, you know, like, so I'm really, really excited. And I've never really been all that excited for a Kevin Owens feud, but I'm really excited for this. Now, I do want more of Kevin Owens being serious, being intense, you know, talking about his family and what his family means to him and how they support him. I want that. You know, I wish they would do something like a sit-down interview with, you know, maybe with him talking about his family. You know, when did he get married? How many kids did he have? I think he has 2 or 3. You know, that kind of thing. You know, that would really be something that would hit close to home, where he can say, you know, like, Roman Reigns doesn't take care of me. I take care of me and mine, you know, and I would really like that. 'Cause even though that's kind of the angle that Jey Uso played, it's a lot different because you can always say that Roman and Jey are, you know, they're cousins, same clan. They share Thanksgiving dinner together. What the hell they got to do with Kevin Owens? But I think that would prove that we're going to Roman being the all father, of the WWE. I think that would be great, because if you open the door and Kevin Owens says that maybe even just denies it, then Roman has to explain what he means. And I think that once you do that, you can get a general picture of, okay, Roman Reigns just basically taking over. Okay, like, he's basically just has decided on his own that he's taking over WWE, period. You know, it is what it is. But I really like this. I don't know how many more weeks I can watch Kevin Owens, you know, beat up on Jey. You know, maybe we need to do something else from that perspective, even though I know it's just going to happen again. They got one more week, I believe, or maybe 2 more weeks before TLC. I don't know what the date of TLC is, but it's still going pretty good, and I'm still enjoying it. You know, maybe we'll have to do something to write Kevin Owens off for a little while, or write Jey off for a little while, but it's really enjoyable. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.